What's up, everybody? So you probably have some old tools, some old cordless tools like these that you've had to stop using because the old NiCad batteries gave out. Well, there's something that you can buy that will bring these old tools back to life, and that is replacement batteries. Now you can find these on Amazon for 15 to 20 bucks each. You can find them for Dewalt, Bosch, Makita, probably some other brands like Milwaukee and stuff. And you can get them for Hitachi, but the only Hitachi batteries, replacement batteries I've ever seen have been 30 bucks each. But anyway, I have my old Makita Impact that I picked up on eBay, and it's running replacement batteries. Then my dad's 25-year-old Bosch is also running replacement batteries. And then my dad's 12-year-old Dewalt drill is also running replacement batteries, although this is the original one that's still left. So you can find NiCad replacement batteries, and all these tools would have come with NiCad batteries originally, except maybe this one. But the replacement ones are all nickel hydrate metal. You can find NiCad, but they're more expensive, like triple the price. And also the nickel hydrate metal, or NiMH, are 3000 milliamp hours, whereas NiCads are only 2000 milliamp hours. Now I do not know the difference exactly between the NiCads and the nickel hydrate metal, other than with this drill, this NiCad original Dewalt 14.4 volt battery powers this drill a lot better than this battery. Now you can also find replacement chargers on Amazon and eBay and stuff, but you probably have the chargers because the chargers don't really break. We have 2 chargers for this one and 2 chargers for this one because these are both Canadian tools, so we had a Canadian charger. And then when we moved here, my dad bought French chargers for them. And then I have a charger for this one. Now the charger for this one is one of the very early Makita chargers, and it takes forever to charge just this battery. It does charge it, but it does not charge it as fast as these two. The Bosch and Dewalt charger charged these replacement batteries in probably half an hour. So these nickel hydrate metals, one thing I noticed right away was they're a lot lighter than the old NiCads. I'll show you on the scale. Let me just zoom in here. So this one is the replacement NiCad battery. As we can see, it weighs 630 grams. This is the old original NiCad battery. This one weighs about 790 grams, so there is a bit of a difference there. And also, if you want to see the difference between the nickel hydrate metal and the lithium, so this is a Dewalt 2 amp hour lithium ion battery. It weighs about 211 grams. This is the Makita replacement nickel hydrate metal battery. And as we can see, it weighs 480. This one weighs 480, and this one 210. So it is over double. But these older tools, I wouldn't say they're too much heavier than the newer tools. Like obviously they're a little heavier because they're brushed. But these old tools are definitely very high quality tools. Like, they just don't make them like this anymore. Like, I have 3 of the newer Dewalt drills, and they're not as tough as this one. Now, they are the more compact models. I have the 796, the 777, and the 710. Not the 996, and if I had the 996, it would probably compare to this one. But, this one is definitely a lot heavier than the, the newer models. Like, this chuck has been used a lot and it does not wobble, whereas one of my Dewalt chucks does wobble and the other one did break, but that was a manufacturing problem. Personally, I don't mind how heavy these drills are. Like, personally, I like the handle on these older ones. Like, I kind of like the fat grip. And one thing I do want to talk about is these nickel hydrate metals do not hold their charge as well as the lithiums. But this drill, this battery has sat, the last time it was charged was probably in September, and we're now almost in March. And it was barely used over the winter, and I'll show you in a minute. This battery still has a charge in it. Same as these batteries. They had sat since September, and I came back the other day and they weren't fully charged, but they did still have some juice in them. Since I only have the nickel hydrate metals for these two, I don't have original batteries. I won't be able to show you the difference between the original and the replacement, but I will show you for the Dewalt. And for drills, one thing I would say is I'm not sure that these batteries are strong enough to power this drill, because with this battery it cannot do a lot, and I'll show you that again in a minute. Whereas with this one, like back when this was new, this drill was used to power 16mm auger bits through oak beams. I don't think it will do that with this battery. Because it can barely do like a 9mm hole in pressure treated lumber with this. However, what I really like to use this older drill for is drilling in metal, because you can put it on the first speed or the second speed, which is 450 RPMs or 1450 RPMs on second speed. And that's much better than the newer ones, because like I said, I don't have the 3-speed one yet. So my new drills are 600 and some whatever the second speed is. And that's a bit much for drilling metal. Also, they don't have the side handle, whereas this one you can just put a side handle on it. Didn't come with a side handle, but this is just one that I borrowed off another drill. And some people don't like the Dewalt side handles where they just wrap around this part and you tighten them down. They prefer the ones that snap onto the side. But I kind of like this handle, this type of handle, because when you're drilling in metal, it's a lot more comfortable to have it like that than to have it like that, because you're kind of awkward like this, whereas with this way, it's more, you have more grip on the tool. So I will show you how these NiCad nickel hydrate metal batteries perform. This is the Bosch. I have no idea the model. I don't even think this had a model number. This is the 14 4-volt impactor from around 1997. So I'll show you with a 5x60 into this piece of wood. There is the little light on the bottom and it still functions, but it's just not that bright, so I don't use it. And as you can probably tell, this one hits a lot harder than the new newer tools. One thing about this is it does not, going in reverse, it spits a lot of sparks out, so I only ever use it in forward. And even then it spits a few sparks out, but I think that's because the brushes need to be replaced. And now I will show you a 5x60 with the Makita. This is the 12 volt and this is the 6980 FD. Oh, and this one goes 2850 RPMs, this one goes 2600 RPMs. As you can see, I was starting to slow down near the bottom there, and that's because this is not a freshly charged battery. I've used it for a bit. But one thing about this Makita is it goes on, this one does not spit out any sparks, by the way. It goes on reverse pretty good, like it doesn't spit any sparks when it's on reverse. And as you can see, it's pretty beat up on the outside, but when I had this apart to re-grease the hammer, all the components inside looked almost new. So there. Now let's get to showing you the Dewalt. So some of the advantages, according to the people who sell you these replacement nickel hydrate metal batteries over the original NiCads, is the NiCads can have up to 200 cycles, whereas these can have up to 500. These you have to run right down before you charge them up, whereas these you can charge up whenever you want, even if they're half full. Although with all my tools, even my new lithiums, I always run the batteries completely down before I charge them up again. But apparently with these you can do that if you wanted. Charge them up when they're still half full. Also these are 3000 milliamp hours and these are 2000 milliamp hours. Although I think the NiCads might be stronger than the nickel hydrate metals. And also apparently these are a lot more environmentally friendly than the nickel hydrate metals. And if you have the shell like this, you can replace the cells inside with nickel hydrate metal, nickel cadmium, or you could, if you have the right charging, you can replace them with lithium. Now, getting the 3 lithium cells in this one, I don't think is going to work because I measured it. It's just not a size that will accept 3 lithium 18650 cells. Also, you can't plug these into your nickel hydrate metal and nickel cadmium charger if you have lithium inside. You'd have to plug a USB into them. So if you wanted, you could do that and you would get lithium power in these old tools, but to keep it simple, I just buy the replacement batteries. So I'm gonna use the Dewalt with the original Dewalt nickel NiCad battery, and I'm gonna use a 3/4 inch Bosch Daredevil. And second speed. One thing about this drill is, like, can't get it into first. Doesn't want to go, so you have to pull the trigger a bit. Doesn't want to go. Then it goes. 3. It is a bit tricky to get it from first, second, and third, but it's better than having only a 2-speed transmission. Personally, I'm a big fan of having 3 or more actual speeds on the drill, because having the little dial down here is all very nice, but you lose power when you're only going that fast. I much rather be able to pull full trigger and vary my speed with a transmission. So this is just a piece of 40 by 60 pine. See? Did it! This one does spit a few sparks, but it's not as bad as the Bosch. So, you saw how good it did it with the original battery, so now let's see if it can do it with on second with the replacement battery. Nope. This battery probably needs to be charged. We'll see if it can do it on first speed. Yeah, it needs to be charged. But anyway, it can do it. So, obviously these tools you can't find in a store anymore. But you can definitely find them on eBay or at garage sales. And it might be worth considering to get some of these older tools rather than buying cheap crap at wherever you buy cheap tools. So, thank you for watching. I recommend these replacement batteries. They bring new life to these old tools. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.